Breakdance, possibly one of the most, if not the most physical type of dance you can uh, perform, and a dance type that looks absolutely spectacular if performed by someone who knows what they're doing. Epyx decided to release a game honoring that dance style by releasing the game called Breakdance. You have the option to practice the 3 individual events, or you can play the grand loop, which I decided to do because that is the play type that will allow you to get a score. And I may as well earn some points doing what I'm doing. The first event is basically, as Simon says, the dancer on the left will string together a set of moves and you have to replicate them by performing various moves on the joystick. And he will keep going until you get something wrong, so you can't beat this event. Oh no, quite a simple event, but the way I see it is, this is a very early forerunner of Nintendo's brain training, because I'm sure if you play this game enough, it will help improve your memory. Of course, you can try and cheat it by writing down the moves the performer is doing, but you only have so much time to get each move right. So, and of course, I mean, if you have to cheat to win, you've already lost. That's my attitude. So, each to their own, of course. Skipping a bit ahead. I can't remember how many moves I managed to remember, but it was good enough to function as a showcase for this event. While this is going on, we may as well talk graphics and sound and gameplay for that matter, but remember this game is from 1984, which means of course the Commodore 64 would have been out for about a year at the time of its release. Considering that the somewhat blocky graphics and somewhat short-handed animation is easy to forgive. The graphics themselves, I know they're blocky and I know they're not particularly pretty, but I've always found them very endearing. Moving on to the second event, in which you are trying to dance against a dance team. And the way it works is you press fire when you're in front of one of the dancers and lock yourself to the set dancer, and then you replicate their dance routine in order to get them to blow up in spectacular fashion. And then once you've cleared one wave, you will face another wave and another wave and another wave and another wave. Yeah, Foundation is very, very similar to the first event, except for the fact that they have fewer dance routines they are pulling through, and of course, based on that, I found that I was at no real risk of actually failing. I'm skipping ahead quite a bit. If the dancers manage to force you off the pier, you will lose an attempt, and then you start from 2 dancers again, using 2 moves each, and yeah. Someone underestimated the challenge of this event, I think. Something tells me I could have gone on for quite a bit longer than I decided to do, but I decided to just settle for a certain amount of score and then leave it at that. But while we are waiting for the dancer to get pushed off the pier, we can talk about the sound. There are a few sound effects, but not many. But the music. Again, bearing in mind that this is a game from 1984, I actually think it's super, super enjoyable. It's It's definitely not to breakdance music, probably not as advanced or hip, but just like with the graphics, I would say the sound design deserves a 10 out of 10 for effort. It is very pleasing to listen to, and I am not a dancer. I can't move on a dance floor at all without knocking everyone over and stumbling over their own feet, but it sort of, in its own subtle way, gives you a bit of a jiggle. You need to move a bit listening to this funkiness. Moving on to the third event, which is a dance puzzle. The dancer on the left side will do a dance routine, and you, using this dance interface, have to set up the moves in the order that the dancer is doing them. And basically, I created a version of Mastermind. For each routine part you get right, you'll be awarded a beatbox, boombox, or whatever you decide to call them. Basically telling you which ones you got right and which ones you got wrong. There are no duplicate frames, so if you have a 4, then it will be 1, 2, 3, and 4 being used, not 1, 4, 4, 1, for instance. As you progress, you will go from 4 to 6, and from 6 to 8, and once you've sorted all 8, the dancer will move faster and faster, making it much harder to identify each sub-movement in the routine. The timer is based on the flag on the right hand side of the interface. Once it reaches all the way down the bottom, you are out of time and you lose an attempt. Another simplistic event, but another event that I found very enjoyable in its own way. Running out of time for the last attempt here, and then we can showcase an added extra that was put into this game, which is a cute little thing where you can basically choreograph your own dance. We just have to get a rating of our performance. This game can be played 1 or 2 players, and I'm sure if you play 2 players, the second event will potentially take hours to complete if you are trying to compete against each other, instead of just saying, you know what, we'll settle for this score, and then we will let the game move on, because the second event is very easy. But as I was saying, we get an option to choreograph your own dance, which is, for the time, quite an advanced little thing. You have this dance on the stage, and you can access a choreograph interface where you can string together a whopping total of 255 moves. You have a certain amount of set moves, set dance routines, that you can string together in whatever order you feel like, and once you return to the stage, you can increase the speed, you can decrease the speed of the dance, and you can move your dance around, making some sort of exciting little dance routine. This game is more an experience than it's a game. It is not, from a gaming point of view, particularly challenging, but I never think, uh, I don't think even it ever was intended to be. What I think it was intended to be was an appreciation of the art of breakdancing. And for someone who grew up at a time when breakdance came out and became very popular, there is a sort of a warm, fuzzy feeling in my heart playing, looking at, and listening to this game. It's not advanced, it's not going to break any creative boundaries, But for what it is, I like it. It may not be for everyone, and a lot of people will probably laugh at it for being horrifically simple, horrifically ugly, and whatnot, but the highest praise I can give this game is to say I'm glad it was made, and I really appreciate it for what it is. On that note, thanks for watching, take care, see you next time, bye bye for now.